Here's something nobody's really talking about. Why the new Corvette C8 ZR1, ZR1X, and Z06, what their lap times? Well, it says more about the Mustang than it does about Corvette. Let me explain. As has been all over the news lately, we now know just how fast the new Corvette ZR1, ZR1X, Z06, etc. go around the Nordschleife at the Nürburgring. And to the surprise of, well, literally no one, the ZR1 and ZR1X became the two fastest American cars ever to lap the famous German track. And as you all know, the car it beat to hold that honor was none other than the Mustang GTD. Now, right off the rip, I want to get this out of the way. I want to say just how incredibly impressive the lap times for the Corvettes actually are. They are punching among the world's heavyweights when it comes to super and hypercars, and they did it with a bunch of engineers driving. Now, these aren't your just normal engineers who sit in an office with their protractors, etc. all day. These guys are pretty serious drivers, but there's no denying the fact that these guys are not professional race car drivers. And over the course of this past week, you can't really go more than, 5 minutes on the internet without seeing some form of social post, some sort of article, some sort of thing saying basically Corvette beats Mustang. And see, it's that comparison that really says more about where the Mustang is than where Corvette is. Now look, I fully understand that the Mustang GTD is not exactly a normal hot Mustang. Let's face it, it's got trick suspension, they've moved the engine lower and further back in the chassis. And that's all because the GTD, well, it's a homologation special. Ford wanted to use the lower, further back engine and the trick suspension in their race car program, but they had to make road cars in order to use it in their chosen discipline of motorsport. It was developed alongside the GT3 cars at Multimatic, and well, they weren't going to make more than they absolutely had to in order to take this thing racing. And this is the part of the story where you absolutely have to remember that the Mustang was never really designed to be a bespoke sports car like the Corvette was. The Corvette, very famously, and well, most owners will shout at you even if you don't ask, is America's sports car. The Mustang, on the other hand, is, well, it invented the pony car class of cars, meaning it was a sporty car based on another car, famously in its original guise on the Falcon. And that design ethos stayed with the Mustang all the way up until 2015 in the S550 chassis of Mustang. And even with this, Mustangs have historically punched above their weight class. Let's just look at the S197 Boss 302 Mustang. That was very famously faster around the track than the same era BMW M3. However, they were never designed to compete with the likes of Corvette. In fact, Chevy had their own pony car for Mustang to play with, and that was the Camaro. But let's face it, in terms of pony cars, the Mustang's the only one left standing. So the fact that we live in a time where the Mustang is not only competing with a Corvette around a road course, but the best sports cars on the planet is an illustration of just how far the Mustang has come